What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video brought to you by myself, Salting. Today, I made an approach. I would say it went well. So here's my breakdown of the approach. But before I explain the whole beginning to end, I want to say that if you do end up thinking about future projections, that's what I want to phrase it as. For example, where you're going to go with her, what you're going to say to her next, um, things like that. It's cool. You're not alone. Everyone does it. And if they say that they don't do it, then they're lying. Okay? So don't worry about thinking about things that you're going to do with her in the future. That's absolutely natural. Okay. So I was on the way to school and she crosses the road and I'm behind her. So I was thinking, oh, let me run up in front of her and start talking to her. But it was kind of crowded in the pavement. So then comes a hill, right? Pretty steep hill. So, steep hill. So I'm thinking, this is kind of awkward, but I stick it out. So maybe at the midpoint of the hill, I walk ahead and I'm walking way too fast, leaving like at least 3 car lengths in front of her. So I'm like, dude, it's NTL, nothing to lose, right? If she doesn't speak to you, she doesn't speak to you, whatever. So I wait at the top of the hill for her to just get a little bit closer and I open. What did I say? 你是中国人吗? That's the first thing that came into my head. Okay, so I want to address something first. So I did see her, and then from the time of seeing her to actually talking to her, it's way more than 3 seconds. So first things first, forget the 3 second rule. It might not be appropriate within 3 seconds to talk to her at that time. So it's fine to be patient as long as you do end up talking and figure out that it's NTL, nothing to lose. So the conversation went well, and it was burning hot outside, and it's only the morning. So I decided to walk and talk at the same time. I guess most people would say, oh, why haven't you isolated, etc., etc. But here's the thing. If it's natural to move, to walk and talk, then that would be more taking the lead and more intuitive, socially intuitive to do that rather than just stand there like a fool sweating. So we walked inside the building and we walked kind of not in front of the door, but slightly to the side of the door so that people could get past us. So we had a conversation, and midway, I asked if she used a messaging service, which they use in Korea. She did, so I got her contact details from that. What I want to note from this is, to me, it's very old hat to get the contact information at the end of the conversation. Also, it feels a bit cheap, as if that was your only purpose in order to get her contact information to kind of like hook up with her. But it's not like that, even though you might be thinking that. If you get it in the middle of the conversation, then she's not in a rush, and she's not second guessing herself, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, take my advice and get the contact information in the middle. Mm, okay, so after getting the contact information, start talking a bit, and it's time for class. Well, it wasn't time for class, but it was maybe 10 minutes to class. So I said, I gotta get ready for class. Thing to note here is you are the one to say that you need to leave first. Don't let her be the one to say that. You take command of that. And when you say goodbye, just say goodbye like a normal person. Nothing fancy. Just say bye. Finish. So in total, that was maybe 18 minutes. So I didn't form like any like judgment or opinion about her. Just this is my breakdown. So I've written some points to note. So just going through each one. I may repeat myself, but whatever. So forget the 3 second rule. It will only cause you to be more nervous. So approach when you approach. That's a new rule. Get the contact details in the middle of the conversation. And when you do get the details, be it the number or a messaging ID, keep talking, keep multi-threading. And it's cool that you hand her your phone and that you get her phone and then type in your details that way. It's perfectly fine to act nervous, just that you want to remember that you're probably both nervous, just that you should be the one to be in control of your nerves, and you should be the one to lead, being the man. Now, you got to keynote first. I don't care how, not crazy, how proactive this girl may be, whatever, you have to keynote first. Now, I don't mean a handshake introduction. That is, in my books, not keynote. Now, when I did it in this particular interaction was, she asked me a question where she asked me how old I was. And I said, well, you need to guess. And that's a whole loop theory. But anyway, that's another video. So when she guessed, incorrectly, of course, I said, no way. And then from there, just keynote her. I might have to cut this video short. Okay, I'll pick this up later, guys. GGPO.